guys, today I'm going to do my birthday book haul. As I mentioned in our February TBR, it was my birthday at the start of February and I wasn't expecting to get many books, but people know that I love books, so people just kind of tend to gravitate towards getting me books and book vouchers, so I'm going to show you off all the many books I got this month. There's a lot to get through, so let's just get straight into it, starting off with the books that my family got me, which are ones that I asked for. I have The Cuckoos Calling by Robert Galbraith. As I'm sure you know, is actually J.K. Rowling. I wasn't keen on reading this series to begin with, but recently I've been really enjoying mystery crime novels a lot more, and I've heard from people that this is actually really good, if not a bit slow. So I just thought I'd try it out. It was quite like a cheap book really now, because it's not hardback, so I thought I'll get the paperback and I'll see what I think. And I'm actually really excited to read this because I've heard, I listened to an interview with her about her latest book, Career of Evil, and I just think this series sounds really good. And the next book I got is Simon Armitage Walking Away, which is the second one to Simon Armitage Walking Home, which I got a couple of Christmases ago, which I still haven't read. But I wanted this for my birthday because I wanted the matching gorgeous hardback before it went into paperback. And this is just so pretty, and I love Simon Armitage and his poetry, and I love nature and walking. I'm in the Rambling Society at university, so these books are just kind of my dream. I don't know why I haven't picked them up yet. I think I always go towards fiction. This is obviously more non-fiction. But yeah, this is just gorgeous. I'm really excited to read it. And they're going to look so pretty together on my bookshelf. And then the last book my parents got me is one of my favourites. I'm collecting gorgeous editions of Peter Pan because it's one of my favourite books and it comes in lots of different editions. And this one's definitely my favourite. This gorgeous hardback. And they've also done a Jungle Book in the same copy, but it's got all this lovely debossed gold foil. It's absolutely gorgeous. The spine's really nice. But the best bit is the inside, because every chapter has a full colour kind of style to it with the pictures, which is gorgeous anyway. But then all the way through, there's small illustrations, but also really interesting stuff like this, where things just kind of fold out like that Peter's shadow. You've got a spinny dials. This book would be absolutely amazing for kids experiencing Peter Pan for the first time, but as a collectible, it really makes me want to reread it because it just looks amazing and it's so gorgeous. I love this so much. And then the books that friends got me for my birthday. Amy got me Are We There Yet by David Levithan because she said she looked on my Goodreads on my wish list and saw this one in Waterstones, and I love David Levithan and this is one I've always wanted to read. Sounds really good. It's kind of typical for him. I think it's LGBT couple and a bit of a road trip, but that just sounds great, and it's a lot bigger than I expected. His books are normally really small, so I'm really excited to read this. And then my housemate Alex got me The Girl in the Red Coat by Kate Hamer. I don't really know what this one's about. This was a nice surprise because I normally know a lot about which books I want, so I always like to be surprised, and he got me this because it just sounds like a bit of a mystery thriller, a bit like The Girl on the Train, which I read earlier. It's about a little girl who was last seen in a red coat and then goes missing, and that's all I know, but it says it was in the Costa Book Awards shortlist, so this just sounds really good. And then Robin's mum Susan got me this gorgeous edition of Jane Austen Pride and Prejudice. This is just amazing. She's so good at presents. This is just, it's really soft to touch, which sounds a really creepy thing to say, but it's really nice leather design, and it goes on the back and it's got a quote, and this is just so pretty. I still haven't read Pride and Prejudice. I really hope I like it because this is just the nicest thing in the world. Thank you so much for this. This is one of the nicest books I own. And then the last 4 books I have to show off. My brother got me a £20 Waterstones voucher. I also had some money on my loyalty card, so I went and treated myself to some books. And the first one I picked up is Enchanted by Renee Denfield. This is one I've heard a bit about on BookTube. I was disappointed with the cover when I found this because I think the American cover is grey with these gold horses coming out. It's really pretty. You should Google it. And this is a bit gross. It's got a bird and a quote, and I don't really like the cover, but I just thought I need to stop being so petty with covers because the book sounds amazing. I don't know too much about the plot, except I think it's about death row prisoners and exploring their morality, and I've heard that the writing is really gorgeous. I'm trying to get into some more adult fiction because I'm getting a little bit sick of YA, so I think most of these books are kind of me trying to branch out in different genres, and this sounds really good. So following in that suit, the next book I got was Neil Gaiman's Trigger Warning. I still haven't read any Neil Gaiman. I tried to read The Ocean at the End of the Lane and I didn't really like it, so I stopped, but this sounds really good. I think it's just loads of creepy short stories, which sounds really, really good. It's in the adult section, not the YA as well, so hopefully it won't be like, it'll actually be scary and not just quite kiddie, which was my problem with The Ocean at the End of the Lane. And yeah, it just says we all have our little triggers, and it just sounds really, really good. I wanted this when it came out as hardback last year, but I waited till the paperback, and it's really nice yellow, and I really like this book. The next book I picked up was a surprise. I've never heard of this before, but the cover caught my eye, and the fact it was on the offer with trigger warning, and that is All the Birds in the Sky by Charlie Jane Anders, not Sanders, Anders. It just basically says at the back it's about a witch, a girl who has magic, and a mad scientist who invents a time machine, and then they gravitate towards each other. It sounds a bit like The Next Together by Lauren James, which I really liked, but again, this was in the adult sci-fi fantasy section, so hopefully it won't have like all the little tropes, and the cover was gorgeous and the plot really caught my eye, so I really hope I like this book. And the last book I picked up is Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. This is a book I've wanted for ages, but I never think to buy it, and I saw it on the table and it wasn't on any offers or anything, and it was £9, and I'm like, I have a voucher, I should treat myself to a book I really want. I'm sure you might have heard of this. It's like a modern classic about a guy who's in love with a girl much younger than him, basically about a paedophile, which is a very like taboo topic, but I've heard that the writing style and everything really makes you kind of care for the character. And I read the first page and the writing was just like, whoa. So I'm really excited to read a book that can impress me with the writing but also isn't for university. And I actually really like this cover as well. It's like nice and small little edition. I'm really excited to read this. So that is it for my birthday book haul. I had a really, really good birthday. I turned 20, and as well as books, I got lots of other great presents. I had drinks with my house, I went out for dinner with my family and my boyfriend, so overall it was a really, really good birthday. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books and what you think, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!